In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to create a microservice architecture by using Docker. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to use one architecture like a voting application. The concept is a voting application. So the user will be able to mark their vote over here. Okay. And this front-end application I created by Python language. And so this front-end application will be process the vote to Redis server. Redis server is act as a memory cache. So this server will be sent to worker node. Okay, worker node will process the voting, whatever the voting, and then it will push to my database. So database finally it will push to my result application. So here I'm using Python and Redis memory cache and .NET as worker application and PostgreSQL as database and Node.js as my result application, and I'll be able to access the result overview in a live streaming. Okay, so for that I'm using containerization. So let me go to my GitHub first. Okay, first I'll clone this GitHub. So let me copy the link address and I'll go to my virtual machine because I want to create a virtual machine, then I'll do that. Okay, so I need to create a Docker image as well. As of now I don't have any Docker image for that application. I'll show you the whole application first. Okay, I'll go to my virtual machine. I'll call it as Docker voting application. We can call any name, not a problem. Voting application. So I'll select my key pair name. To get rid of errors, I will select all traffic as of now. Launch instance. And this is going to launch one instance. Let's see. Okay, now you can see that one instance is launching. So let's wait, come up. Then I'll try to access my virtual machine. Then I'll clone my repository. So before I need to install Git and all. So that will do it. Okay. So once I clone my repository, then I will start to create my images. I have to create 3 images. Then I will create 2 containers. For one is a database, another one is for Redis. Then I will create containers from my images. Okay. So anyway, let me connect my which instance first. Virtual machine, connect. Yeah, successfully I connected my virtual machine. So now we have to install GitHub. Okay, let me install GitHub. The command is install git -y. So that we have to do first. Since I'm using containerization, I have to install Docker as well. So I'll use install docker -y. Now I need to start my Docker service. So we can use systems D service, systemctl start Docker. Started. Let me check the status whether it is active or not. So it's active and running, right? So now I need to clone my repository. As of now you can see that I don't have any folders or files on my current directory. So I'll clone the repository. To clone a repository we have to use this command git clone. Then we have to paste our git repository URL over HTTPS URL or which URL. We can use SSH as well if you already configured SSH authentication. Okay, so now you can see that I have a repository over here, Docker voting application new. I'll go to Docker voting application new. So here first we have to go to voting application, then we have to go to result application, then we have to go to worker application. So first, for the first process is we need to create images. Okay, as of now it's a program code, so we need to create an image. I'll go to my voting application cd vote. Okay, under vote I have a Docker file, I have a .NET file, I have a requirement.txt, static and templates, right? So this application, this voting application is created by Python. Let me open the Python file first. Cat Python. Sorry, app.python. The name is app.python, and you can see that this is created by Python language. Okay, or this is created in a Python language. Fine. So now I will create an image. For that we have to execute docker build, and we can use the current directory as a source, and -t tag I will choose vote. Okay, voter application or voting application, that is enough. Voting app. Okay, enter. And this is going to create one image of my application. It will take a couple of seconds to create that image. Let's wait to complete. Successfully created. Now I need to create worker application image, right? So for that I will go to my worker application, cd // and worker application ls, and you can see that I have a docker file OV, same as a .NET file, and POM, project object model, and we have a src. So under src I'll be able to find my source files, okay, like .NET files. Okay, so what I will do here, I will create a docker image. For that, docker build again. So I'll select my source as, current directory as source, then I will put tag as worker application, okay, worker app. Okay, enter. Okay, so I think some commands, okay, build, actually I forgot to enter D, and this is going to create one worker application image. Okay, so it will take a couple of seconds, so we have to wait until it's complete. 7th step out of 10. Yeah, successfully I created worker as well. Now I need to create one result image. So for that we have to execute. So let me check what are the images I created till now. So docker images, I can execute images, and here you can see that worker application and voting application, and this MCR and MCR, you can see that this is Microsoft.NET file. Automatically it is installed when I installed worker application. Same as Python, when I created my voting application, the Python has been installed, Python image has been installed automatically. So next step we need to go to my result application. I need to create an image of my result application, and that is written in Node.js. Okay, so for that we have to go to cd .. Then we have to go to result ls. You can see all the files over here, docker, then build. So select your current directory as a source, then -t tag, I'll specify result app, result app, that's enough. Okay, end. That's going to create one image of my result application. Successfully created. So now I need to deploy one Redis container and Postgres container first, okay, as a database. So let me deploy container first. So first I'm going to deploy a Redis container. So the command is docker run, we have to use, then -name, we have to use a name as Redis, and -h is equal to, what is it, host name. Okay, so I'll use the Redis name as, then I have to use the image name Redis. Okay, enter. And this is going to create one Redis image, and this is working on background, right? I'll open one more tab. You can see that still it's working. I didn't terminate the session. Okay, sudo docker ps. You can see that my Redis image is working over here, right? Okay, so here I will execute my Postgres image. So docker run, so I have to specify -p. So I will run in foreground only, I don't want to run in background. Okay, so -p, that's what actually I get rid of -d. I don't want to use -d over here. So port number that is 2345, default port 2345. So Postgres is using default port as 2345. Then space, we have to specify one name as Postgres. Sorry, I'll do one thing, I'll specify DB. Okay, because I've been already created the image on that basis. Only I given over the DB, so that's what I'm giving DB over here. Minus h is equal to DB. Okay, that's fine. So next we have to provide the name. Okay, the name is Postgres, right? Postgres end, and this is going to create one Postgres image. Let's see. I'll create one more tab, create 3 more tabs because we have to create multiple applications. That's what. Okay, successfully it's running, right? Successfully it's running. Okay, the problem is actually I forgot to give a database password and database username and all. I'll do one thing. I will specify the Postgres password and as well as Postgres username. Okay, so that must have to do that, or if we not like providing the information, so this will be terminated, the container will be terminated. Let me check docker ps, and we can see that we have only one image, that's the Redis. So we not able to find any Postgres image over here, right? So let me go to my, so I'll do one thing, I'll go to my Docker hub first, Docker hub. So we'll be getting an environment variable from there itself. So we can just copy and paste over here. So I'll open Docker up. So we can search Postgres. Yeah, the first option. So come down, you'll be able to find some. See environment variable Postgres password and Postgres user and Postgres database, right? So I'll select Postgres password and Postgres user. I'm not going to create any database. So my application will be create database automatically. So I'll go to my second window again. So exec same whatever we executed the same only, but I have to add few more details. -e, then I'll go to my Postgres, specify Postgres username and password, right? First username, we have to specify username. Copy this back to window, then paste over here. We can specify Postgres user as Postgres. Okay, see I've been already created on my image on the same name Postgres. Okay, see when I created this .NET file or worker file, or when I created this result page, I've been already created one username and password on it. Okay, so the same username and password you have to give over here, then only it will work, or else so they cannot initiate the database connection, you would not be able to get the result over there. Okay, so I'll use -e once again because we have to choose password as well, -e. Then I'll select Postgres password. Even I'm not well because it's already 3 o'clock. That's what actually the energy is already exhausted. That's what actually I'm talking like that. Okay, I'll specify my password as well. Is equal to. So let me put the password Postgres. Okay, Postgres fine. That is fine. Then I'll try to run this command once again. The problem is, see what is the problem? So DB is already used by the container. Okay, so that's the problem. I'll do one thing, docker. Then we can stop. Already stopped, right? rm db. Delete it. Execute once again. Perfectly, it's working perfectly, right? Okay, I'll go to my third window. Here I'm going to create one voting application. Okay, voting application I'm going to create. So the command we know, docker run -p. So p stands for port, right? So I'll specify the port number 1000. We can specify any port number 1000, or else I'll do one thing, I'll specify 1. Okay, 180. Then I need to link with what? Redis cache, because whatever the vote I'm getting, so that has to be passed to my Redis server. Then voting application, I'll mention voting application enter. it's okay. I'll copy this and paste, and this is working on port number 1, right? Okay, it's not working. Why it's not working? I'll go to my EC2 instance. Let me try. I'll go to my voting application. Let me check the security group first. All traffic is allowed, but even though I'm not able to access, why? What was the problem? Link Redis voting application and everything is okay, but I'm not able to access this. Let's try. I'll do one thing. I think port number 1 is not working. Maybe that's the reason. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll try to create another port. Okay, that would be fine. So port number 1000, that would be fine, right? 1000. Okay, working. I'll go to my page again. Let me mention 1000. And now it's perfectly working. See, I thought actually it will work in port number 1 as well. So it's not working in port number 1. So I think maybe that is already a well-known port. Maybe that's what, well-known and registered, and we have a dynamic port. Maybe that's what, I don't know. Anyway, we have to check a research with that. Okay. So now it's perfectly working. See, cat versus dog, right? See, suppose if I hit enter over here, let's see what happened. Okay, so I'm getting one tick mark over here. In the sense, I successfully connected with my Redis server. Okay, so next window, I'll connect my worker application with my database and worker application. So here you can see that where is my GitHub. I think GitHub is already gone, right? I'll do one thing. I'll show you the image, so you'll be have some clarity on it. That's what. Code a cloud project. Okay. So listen. Here you can see that I've been already connected my voting application with my Redis cache. So now I need to connect my worker application with my Redis cache and worker application with my database. Okay, so database already created. So I'll connect my worker application with my Redis and database. So let's see how we can do that. I'll go to my virtual machine again. So this is my virtual machine, right? Okay, so here I have my Redis database, Postgres, and this is voting application, and this is my worker app. So docker run, I'll specify -- link. So I need to link with Redis and Redis. So -- link, I need to link with Postgres, right? So db because I given username and hostname as db. That's what. Okay, then I'll specify my worker application, worker app. Okay, let's try it. Enter. Yeah, it's connected, right? It's perfectly, see, processing vote for A by this container ID or whatever it can be. I'll go to my virtual machine, so I'll execute, and we would be able to access B A like that. Okay, if I execute docs, you can see that, so one record has been added. If I execute A again, you can see that A has been added. So B has been added, like that. Okay, successfully connected. I'll go to my last one. I'll specify my result page over here. Okay, so for that, docker run, I need to link my result page with my Postgres database, right? Okay, so docker run -- link, I'll specify my Postgres database db and db, then space, then we have to execute result page. I'll execute result app, right? Okay, so then we have to hit enter. That's it. Yeah, so it's connected to database. I'll go to my, okay, one problem is actually I didn't mention the port number, so that's a problem. I'll do one thing. I'll mention the port number. I will re-execute. So -p, we have to use -p, and I'll use 1001 and port number 80. Yeah, so now it will work perfectly. I'll copy this, go to window, open a new tab, and 1001 enter, and you can see that cat versus dog, and this is a result page. Am I right? Right? Okay, I'll go to my cat versus dog. So now dog having 100% vote, right? So I will vote for my cat as well. So now I can see that now cat having 100%. Okay, so I'll do one thing. So I'll go to my Chrome tab, then I'll execute from there itself. Okay, Control V, 1000. So now you can see that the vote count over here. So what is the vote count? So total only one vote. You'll be able to find vote count over here. Total only one vote, right? So if I execute cat over here, you'll be get 2 vote. So where is the application? Okay, so now you can see that 2 vote, right? So cat having like 100 votes. In the sense, the 2 times actually I voted for cat. That's what. I'll go to my Chrome again. I will vote for dogs. So now you will be able to find, see, dog having 50 and cat having 50. So this is a microservice architecture. If I open my virtual machine once again, and I will execute docker space -ps, and you will be able to find all the containers, like almost 5 containers I have total. Okay, okay, let it open first. Wait, sudo docker ps, and you can see that I have total 5 containers. See, this is my result application, worker application, voting application, and Postgres application, Redis application. So I have total 5 applications over here. So perfectly it's working. Okay, if any doubt, please let me know in comment. Thank you.